The shooter, the slayer of the UHC CEO is still on the run. They said he dipped, he left New York, the state. He left New York on a Greyhound bus. He went to ATL on this bus. Uh, Nobody knows, or we don't know if anybody in ATL knows where the dude is. Uh, we don't know at the moment, but we will know eventually. Yes, yes, yes. Certain people who live in ATL will call the authorities. They will call the authorities. Certain people will call the authorities. Certain people will call the authorities, but not everybody out of all the people who will call will see the dudes. If the people do see this dude, because they hate this dude. Um, they hate this dude because of the greed he engaged in. The anger is understandable. The lividity is understandable. The rage is rightful, but this dude did a thing that is indubitably inexcusable. What the shooter did was an indubitably inexcusable thing. Yes. Yes, what BT did was trash. He purposely denied people's claims. He purposely denied people's claims. He purposely denied. He purposely denied people's claims. Yes. That was evil, but so was the act that the shooter did. They both are morally trash. Yeah. BT, he engaged in avarice. Yes. It is wrong. It was wrong, but that did not justify another wrong, which was the slaying of the CEO. Two wrongs don't make a right. They say two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, bro. There has to be a different way of channeling the anger, a better way, a more sagacious way of channeling the anger. People must do things in a civil, peaceful, and legal way. Word, speak with, uh, speak to the, speak to the political figures. Make your statements clearly known. Be clear, but don't engage in street justice, because if this stuff becomes a wave, a trend, and the norm, the society will become worse. The society will become worse. Words. Please do things the legal way and the peaceful way. Don't engage in nonsense. Don't throw away your money, your career, your opportunities just because a CEO is greedy and the epitome of rapacity. Don't throw away. Don't throw away your career. Don't throw away. Don't throw away your career. Don't throw away your career, money, opportunities, and other great things just because a CEO is greedy, selfish, and the epitome of rapacity. Don't throw away your career, money, opportunities, and other great things just because a CEO is greedy, selfish, and the epitome of rapacity. Rapacity. Don't throw away your career, money, opportunities, and other great things just because a CEO is greedy, selfish, and the epitome of rapacity. Don't do it just because a CEO is the epitome of rapacity. Please be judicious. Please, please, please. Think before you do. Please. Please be prudent.
The manhunt continues now for the masked gunman who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan. And we have just learned the gunman left New York on a bus, potentially headed toward Atlanta. That's according to Fox News.
Crazy.
Killed United Healthcare CEO. The manhunt continues now for the masked gunman who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan. And we have just learned the gunman left New York on a... The manhunt continues now for the masked gunman who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan. And we have just learned the gunman left New York on a bus, potentially headed toward Atlanta. That's according to Fox News.
Crazy.
Earlier tonight,
Craziness.
found a backpack in Central Park
Wow.
that they believe the
Wow.
gunman used. This is video
Wow.
of the massive search effort that led to that discovery near a park. And earlier today, police found a backpack in Central Park that they believe the gunman used. This is video of the massive search effort that led to that discovery near a popular carousel. Investigators believe he rode a bike away from the scene, took a taxi to a bus terminal, and then got on a bus. Sources close to the investigation say he originally got to New York on a bus. They believe he took a Greyhound that had left Atlanta to New York days before the shooting. Our site Dukes is at the Greyhound bus terminal to New York days before the shooting. Our site who's close to the investigation say he originally got to New York on a bus. They believe he took a Greyhound that had left Atlanta to New York days before the shooting. Our site Dukes is at the Greyhound bus terminal in downtown Atlanta tonight with the latest on the investigation.
Local law enforcement officials aren't commenting publicly on the reported Atlanta ties to the case, but Atlanta police did this afternoon issue a written statement saying NYPD has reached out to them and they are assisting in the investigation as needed as the search continues for the suspect. The multi-state manhunt for the murder suspect who gunned down United Healthcare.
That person is the person of interest, which is different from the real culprit or the real suspect. The real suspect. They are two different things.
And they are assisting in the investigation.
The real culprit has not been found yet. He hasn't been found yet.
Police did this afternoon issue a written statement saying NYPD has reached out to them and they are assisting in the investigation as needed as the search continues for the suspect.
The other dudes, what? He has glasses. The other dudes in the New York Police Department.
Police did this afternoon issue a written statement saying NYPD has reached out to them and they are assisting in the investigation as needed as the search continues for the suspect. The multi-state
hope the dude serves a sentence, bro. A fair sentence. Yo, he can't. Yeah. He can't get away with this. He can't get away. He can't get away with this. He can't get away with this. Yeah. Yeah, bro, the dudes can run, but yeah, he will get caught. He will get taken to jail, bro. He can run, but
as needed as the search continues
he will get found and taken to jail.
The multi-state manhunt for the murder suspect who gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan now runs through Atlanta.
This kind of hits home when they say that he could possibly board from Atlanta.
Just about that it's around you.
In a new timeline.
Somebody said he is in hiding. Yo, he can't hide for too much longer, bro. This dude can't hide for too much longer. This dude can't hide for much longer. Certain people know who this dude is, bro.
Just about that it's around you.
In a new timeline of events.
When he's home, when you say that he could possibly board from Atlanta.
Just the thought that that it's around you.
In a new
It's scary,
timeline of
bro.
events,
Scary.
When he's home, when you say that he could possibly board from Atlanta.
Just the thought that it's around you.
in a new timeline of events, police have connected the suspected killer to an Atlanta Greyhound bus station. NYPD sources tell Fox News the shooter took a Greyhound bus from Atlanta to New York City days before Thanksgiving.
That's just wild, man. I mean, you never know who you're next to these days.
A
Nope.
stunning
Scary.
development for area residents and bus passengers traveling through the Greyhound bus terminal in Atlanta Friday.
For him to get on the bus with all these people and go up there and shoot this man down like this.
Crazy.
What you think about it?
Whack. Whack. Crappy.
Take a good
Whack.
look at these images. Police
Goofy.
Think about it. I just think like this person comes to the end.
Take a good look at these images.
And go up there and shoot this man down like what you think about it? I just think like this person comes to the end.
Take a good look at these images. Police released unmasked photos of a person of interest seen checking into an Upper West Side hostel.
They said this dude was flirting with a chick. This dude.
Think like this person comes to the end.
Take a good look at these images. Police released unmasked
Yeah,
photos of a
many
person of
chicks
interest
say this
checking
dude
into an Upper West
is
Side hostel. Authorities say he was in New York City for at least 10 days and spotted at various
beautiful,
locations before the shooting.
great
Testing is underway after
looking,
investigators found DNA on a burner phone the
and
suspect dropped in an alley.
pretty.
Spotted at various locations before the shooting. Testing is underway. Authorities say he was in New York City for at least 10. Look at these images. Police released unmasked photos of a person of interest seen checking into an Upper West Side hostel. Authorities say he was in New York City for at least 10 days
Yep.
and spotted at various locations before the shooting.
11,
Testing is underway
24.
after investigators found DNA.
11, 24, 24. 10 days before the slaying took place. 4 days before Thanksgiving.
Authorities say he was in New York City for at least 10 days and spotted at various locations before the shooting.
Yep, the hotel a dude said he was at the same place that the shooter was. That's crazy. He said no metal. Hostel doesn't have a metal detector, so he was able to bring a gun into the room, bro. Crazy.
Take a good look at these images. Police released unmasked photos of a person of interest seen checking into an Upper West Side hostel.
This dude,
Authorities say he was in New
he's
York City
a foreigner from Brazil. This dude, he appeared on CNN and discussed that. He said he saw, or he was at the same place the shooter was.
Take a good look at these images. Police released unmasked photos of a person of interest seen checking into an Upper West Side hostel. Authorities say he was in New York City for at least 10 days and spotted at various locations before the shooting. Testing is underway after investigators found DNA on a burner phone the suspect dropped in an alleyway.
Wow.
And a water bottle he bought at a nearby Starbucks before the shooting. They are also using facial recognition technology in an effort to identify the suspect. News of the Atlanta tie to the case broke Thursday night. A Greyhound spokesperson told Fox Digital the company is fully cooperating with authorities on this active investigation.
Dope.
A $10,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to an
Yeah, this whole story is insane, bro. It is insane,
Now,
crazy, whack, trash, sad, all the every negative
Hello, thanks for
word.
joining us.
It is crazy, yo. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, thanks for joining. Hello, thanks for joining us. New York police and federal agents are gathering more clues on the man who gunned down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
here is the latest from investigators. Police are combing through more than 200 photos of the suspect. The NYPD says it has reason to believe he has now left New York City.
Yep.
And now has a multi-state manhunt, including at the very least Connecticut and New Jersey. There is also new video of New York City, and now has a multi-state manhunt, including at the very least Connecticut and New Jersey. There is also new
PA
video
too.
of him walking along the street just before the shooting happened. Caroline Cummings joins us now to share the latest in the investigation. Hi there, Caroline.
Hi there, Amelia. So police sources say the person of interest arrived at the Midtown Manhattan bus terminal on November 24th, 10 days before Thompson's killing. Law enforcement was able to identify him with surveillance video and traced him to a Greyhound bus with a route that began in Atlanta. As the investigation continues, the healthcare industry back here in Minnesota is taking precautions. Flags still stood at half-staff Friday at United Healthcare's Minnetonka headquarters, 2 days after the shocking killing of its CEO Brian Thompson
Crazy.
in Manhattan. Police are looking for this man, now across state lines. A person familiar with the investigation says the person of interest is believed to have left New York and boarded another Greyhound bus to Atlanta. Police in that city are providing assistance as they try
Yep.
to catch a killer at large.
Yep.
I just thought,
Word.
how can this happen?
Healthcare companies are now on high alert.
People are pissed. Yeah.
In that city are providing assistance as they try to catch a killer at large.
I just thought, how can this happen?
Healthcare companies are now on high alert. Reuben Moore, CEO of Minnesota Community Care, a provider for mostly uninsured patients and those on Medicaid, says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
Yeah, certain people, including a many people, including a well-known reporter, Lorenz, said they want more CEOs dead, 86th, and removed. Yeah. Again, the anger is rightful, but we can't have people saying CEOs should get deleted because they did people wrong in the healthcare industry. This is craziness, yeah. This can't become a trend. This can't become a trend. More pain and more anguish will occur.
Police in that city are providing assistance as they try to catch a killer at large.
I just thought, how can this happen?
Healthcare companies are now on high alert. Reuben Moore, CEO of Minnesota Community Care, a provider for mostly uninsured patients and those on Medicaid, says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
The people who say the CEOs should get 86th and deleted are equally trash people. Yo, wishing death, wishing death on these people does not make you morally better. It makes you a bozo.
Ruben Moore, CEO of Minnesota Community Care, a provider for mostly uninsured patients and those on Medicaid, says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
And we really do. We trained our staff on trauma.
Patients and those on Medicaid says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
And we really do. We trained our
patients those on Medicaid.
I just thought, how can this happen?
Healthcare companies are now on high alert. In that city are providing assistance as they try to catch a killer at large.
Words.
I just thought, how can this happen?
Healthcare companies are now on high alert. Ruben Moore, CEO of Minnesota Community Care, a provider for mostly uninsured patients and those on Medicaid, says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
And we really do. We trained our staff on trauma-informed care. We trained them on de-escalations.
Yeah, it is crazy that he is that he is like, yo, in what way is he confused or puzzled? These things, if you purposely deny people's claims, evil things can befall you, bro. This isn't me saying it is condonable. This is not me. This isn't me saying it is condonable to kill these CEOs. But if you engage in purposeful avarice and purposeful denial of claims, certain people will want to do physical harm to you. You can't be clueless. You can't pretend. You can't pretend to be clueless. You can't play the victim if a person wants to do something to you. You can't play the victim if a person wants to do something evil to you. You can't play the victim if a person wants to do something evil back to you. It is two wrongs don't make a right, but it is understandable. The street justice, the vigilantism, it is understandable, albeit hateable. It is understand. It is understandable. It is understandable, albeit hateable. It is indubitably understandable, albeit hateable.
those on Medicaid says it's been a fraught time in the industry even before this happened.
And we trained our staff on trauma-informed care. We trained them on de-escalations. We have various security protocols. No one has access to my schedule. We're really prepared. I think really post the Atlanta Health incident a couple of years ago.
These
But at this
CEOs
point, we got to think even more about
who still have breath need to be super vigilant. They need to be super vigilant and super on point, because the anger in the country is immense.
what precautions we could take.
Certain people don't care if they go to prison for life. They don't care if they go to prison for life. You know, certain people don't care. Certain people don't. Certain people don't care if they go to prison for life. For life. So they need to be wicked aware and alert.
We train our staff on trauma-informed care. We train them on de-escalations. We have various security protocols. No one has access to my schedule. We're really prepared. I think really post the Atlanta Health incident a couple of years ago. But at this point, we got to think even more about what precautions we could take.
Both United Healthcare and Medica, also based in Minnetonka, have scrubbed their websites of executive bios. And a Medica spokesperson said in an email that they haven't received any threats to their offices, but that they're temporarily closed out of an abundance of caution.
Yeah.
One challenge for investigators as they try to track down the suspect's whereabouts: if you pay cash for a Greyhound bus ticket, you don't have to have a valid ID. Port Authority police in New York, that terminal where he's believed to have arrived and left the city, is working with the bus company.
Hope the shooter was sagacious, because if he wasn't, yeah, he is cooked.
Port Authority police in New York, that terminal where he's believed to have arrived and left the city, is working with the bus company to determine if he used an ID at any point. Amelia.
All right. Caroline, thank you.
With the bus company to determine if he used an ID at any point. Amelia. Port Authority police in New York, that terminal where he's believed to have arrived and left the city, is working with the bus company to determine. Port Authority police in New York. Whereabouts: if you pay cash for a Greyhound bus ticket, you don't have to have a valid ID. Port Authority police in New York, that terminal where he's believed to have arrived and left the city, is working with the bus company to determine if he used an ID at any point. Amelia.
All right. Caroline, thank you.
Yeah. We gonna see what AD, the hermano AD has to say pertaining to this. We gonna see what the hermano AD has to say. We gonna see what the hermano AD has to say.
I don't need friends with benefits. I need to cleanse with benefits, and that's why I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Cleanser.
Bodyguards present that we can see, no protection, it seems. My next guest once provided Thompson with security in the 2000s as he actually was rising through the ranks at United Healthcare.
Okay.
Philip Klein is the CEO of Klein Investigations, and he joins me now. Philip, thank you for joining. When you heard about Brian Thompson walking early in the morning, alone, no security,
Crazy.
was that odd to you?
Yes.
It was baffling, to be honest.
Puzzling.
You know,
Confounding.
somebody,
Perplexing.
Healthcare.
Perplexing.
Thank you for joining. When you heard about Brian
Peculiar.
Thompson walking early in the
Peculiar.
morning, alone, no security,
Peculiar.
was that odd to you?
Strange.
It was baffling, to be honest with you. You know, you get somebody in the number one healthcare organization in the United States of America who's a corporate executive,
Wealthy.
a high-ranking one, as a matter of fact, just sitting on the board of directors, and he has no protection around him.
Crazy.
That is just baffling. I don't
It's
understand
insane.
it. We still don't understand it. It could have been one of two things, according to the teams that we've listened to today, and of course the news media giving us information. One, it could have been a personal choice.
Yep.
He may have not liked living in the bubble. And that's what we call somebody that is in the middle that we are protecting. It's called the bubble. We're around him. Even when he goes to the restroom, we're still right outside the door.
Suffocated.
It's in the middle that
He
we are protecting.
he might have
Even
felt
when he goes to the restroom, we're still
felt
right outside the door.
suffocated.
You know, that sort of thing. Or it's in the middle that we are protecting. It's called the bubble. We're around him. Even when he goes to the restroom, we're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of thing.
No liberty, no freedom, no space.
To the restroom, we're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of thing. Or United
There's
chose not to provide
pros
security
and
for him.
cons of everything. Words.
To the restroom, we're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of
But
thing.
the detail
United Healthcare chose not to provide security
prevents
for him. I don't know.
shooters from killing the people they shield and protect.
We're still right outside the door.
Protect.
You know, that sort of thing.
Protect.
Or United Healthcare chose not to the restroom. We're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of thing. It's in the middle that we are protecting. It's called the bubble. We're around him. Even when he goes to the restroom, we're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or it's in the middle that we are protecting. It's called the bubble. We're around him. Even when he goes to the restroom, we're still right outside the door. You know, that sort of thing. Or United Healthcare chose not to provide security for him. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not going to speculate on it.
Yeah.
But it is highly
One of the two is the reason.
United
We
Healthcare
will
chose not to
see.
provide security for him. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not going to speculate on it. But it is highly unusual for
Words.
a CEO
Agreed.
of a
We
multi-billion-dollar
concur.
corporation not to have people around him. It's just, again, it's baffling.
Strange.
This takes me back to the video, and it was a viral video back in the day. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it, where a guy walked up to when he was speaking to Jeff Bezos, which is, you never ever see any video of a guy walking up and speaking to Jeff Bezos. And he had a security, and he had security around him that just seemed
To
like
ensure that he is safe.
a guy walking up and speaking to Jeff Bezos. And he had a security, and he had security around him that just seemed like normal guys, and the guy seemed like a guy walking up and speaking to Jeff Bezos. And he had a security, and he had security around him that just seemed like normal guys, and the guy seemed like that he had like a hand.
You don't know what people's intentions are, so
and that was out or whatever, but it's
The detail must be there to ensure his safety.
it just seemed like normal gas, and the gas seemed like that he had like a hand. It just seemed like normal gas, and the gas seemed like that he had like a hand that was when he was speaking to Jeff Bezos, which is you never ever see any video of a guy walking up and speaking to Jeff Bezos, and he had a security and he had security around him.
Yep.
That just seemed like normal gas, and the gas seemed like that he had like a hand that was out or whatever, but his hand seemed fake. But in reality, if you actually looked at the video, you could see that the guy actually had his hand probably on a weapon that was inside of his jacket and all of that. And Jeff Bezos was just walking around trying to seem normal, while at the same time the security, and this is back when he was actually the CEO of Amazon and not the chairman, and the security was around him and they was very aware of what was going on. I also seen another video previously of Bill Gates walking through Times Square in New York and stuff. And if you look, you can see security in certain places and things like that.
Scattered.
On a much, much, much smaller level. I will tell you that as a person that has security on certain things, like when I go out of town, when I go to do shows at certain places and stuff, like I have my own separate security, which is completely separate from whatever the security that's at the event. Like I have people that's with me 100% of the time. They stay at my hotel. They don't stay in my hotel room, but at my hotel and in a room that's literally adjacent to mine, and all of that.
Judicious,
it does
prudent.
Start to get kind of like claustrophobic, operating in a bubble because. And at first it was weird because they would go with me and stand outside of the bathroom and all of this other type of stuff, and it was like, hey man, I'm good. Like, you know, I'm from Detroit, I'm good or whatever, but that's just the protocol for how
he knows the city. He's from this city, the motor city. But you can't,
hey man, I'm good.
You
like,
can't
you know,
be
I'm
too
Detroit,
safe or too careful. You can't be too safe or too careful.
First, it was weird because they would go
you
with
can't
me and stand outside of the
be
bathroom, all of
too
this other type of
careful.
Stuff. Like,
you can't
hey man, I'm good.
be
like, you know,
too
I'm from Detroit,
careful.
I'm good, whatever. But that's just the protocol
Word.
for how they want to make sure that responsible. So when this guy at an exponentially bigger level that's
crazy
running
influence,
the biggest healthcare company, me, I'm on a microscopic level, right? This guy is running a probably $1 trillion corporation, at least $100 billion corporation. And
it said in article it said in article that UHC generated $372 billion dollars in 23. Crazy.
This guy is running a probably $1 trillion.
The UHC generated $372 billion in 23. It generated $372 in 23. Crazy.
Bigger level that's running the biggest healthcare company. Me, I'm on a microscopic level, right? This guy is running a probably $1 trillion corporation, at least $100 billion corporation. And he's the CEO of a subgroup of United Healthcare Group. And he's walking around Manhattan
with no
security
detail
whatsoever at 6:45 in the
morning. With no detail. Crazy.
United Healthcare Group. And he's walking around Manhattan with no security whatsoever at 6:45 in the morning. And I'm supposed to believe, as a person that is observing this, I'm supposed to believe that this was just a random attack. You cannot pay me enough money to believe that somebody is engraving something on the shell casings
on the
for
bullet.
us to find so that they can then have this conversation and talk about change within the healthcare industry. Bull crap. All of that stuff is planted.
Yeah.
Stand up! Stand up! And again, the more information that comes out, and this is just my have this conversation and talk about change within the healthcare industry. Bull crap. All of that stuff is planted. And again, the more information that comes out, and this is just my personal opinion, the more information that comes out, the more that I believe that this was more of a setup than ever before, and so everybody looks suspicious to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not say this in the first video pertaining to this story, but now I did not say in the first video that the esposa of the UHC CEO could have something to do with this, or could have or I did not say that she could have something to do with the murder of BT. But now in this video, I say that she could have something to do with this. She is estranged. They live in two different homes. She lives in one abode with the younger of the two sons they have. She lives in one abode with the younger of the two sons they have. She lives in one abode with the younger of the two sons they share. He lives in a different place with the other son. He lived in another place. He lived in another place with the other son. Yes, the wife told the media that he could have gotten deleted because of the claims, the denial of the claims he engaged in. She said it could be that. She said it could be that. She said he received she said he received multiple threats. She stated that he received multiple death threats because of the avarice he engaged in as the owner of UHC. This could be an inside. This could be a setup. This could be a setup. This could be a setup This could be a setup. Yeah, a person in the certain people in the industry could have set this CEO up. Certain people in the industry could have set this dude BT up. This could be an inside job. We will see, but it is possible that that is the case. Don't know at we don't know for sure. We don't know for we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, but it is possible. We don't know for sure, but it is possible that it is the case. Yeah, bro, yeah, bro. This is crazy, yo. Uh, if the wife had something to do with this, F her too, bro. If she had, if this lady had, if this lady had something to do with this, F her too, bro. She is a bozo if this is true. Still feel pity for the people in the sons. You feel me? I still feel pity for the sons. Yeah, but the esposa, yeah, she could. She this lady might this lady might not be innocent. This lady might not be as innocent as people think. This lady might not be as innocent as people think. This lady might she might not be as innocent as people think.
So the more that I believe that this was more of a setup than ever before, and so everybody looks suspicious to me. I look at everything, and I'm not saying that it's anybody's, key, but then they saying the Department of Justice was investigating the wife, they was living apart, and all of this stuff. Man, I'm not going for that.
That might be so counterintuitive to people to think that, security many people think are relegated maybe to high-profile athletes or entertainers or people in Hollywood. But the idea that there would be some vulnerability for people in such high-profile positions, I think is becoming quite apparent to people at least this evening. And when you look at that video, the hour of the day, the landscape of Manhattan, just how vulnerable was he to any attack?
Yep.
Any attack. It could have been a person that had him targeted. It could have been just a street random. You just never know.
Yeah.
I thought Mary Ellen kicked it out of the park. I love Mary Ellen. Every time she's on television, I'm intrigued by her. But one thing I haven't heard from a lot of people, two things. Number one, when the event happened. The event happened at 6:30 in the morning. A lot of people say, well, between 6:30 and 7. A lot of people say, well, why is that important? Well, that's shift change for the New York Police Department. So there's not a lot of street officers on the street at that point in time. Second,
Yeah,
Fun
this.
for the homies remote
Yeah.
at midnight. Y'all should roll through. Everyone cheer.
That reports. I believe that this man had his schedule. I think this man knew his movements. And I think he posted up, 5 to 10 minutes before he walked out of that other hotel and walked around the corner and was in front of the Hilton. I think that's important. And the last thing that I heard your other guests talk about
Strategic.
and the positioning of the gun and how the gun jammed. He did have a suppressor. He did have a baffler on that gun from what we've seen in the videos that have been supplied to all of us out here in the field. And the gun jammed because of the recoil of the action on it and the baffler, and not only that, but the silencer. Let's just call it what it is, a silencer, and it did not set off. And the monitors in the city area that listen for gunshots that would police.
It's called Shot Spotter. It's the thing
Yep.
that Brandon Johnson.
Action on it and the baffler, and not only that, but the silencer. Let's just call it what it
Yo,
is.
the
silencer.
shooter
And it did not set
was
off. And the
perspicacious
city area
when he
that
did
listen for
this.
gunshots
He
that
was
police and
The
perspicacious.
thing that Brandon Johnson.
the monitors in the city area that listen for gunshots that would police.
It's called Shot Spotter. It's the thing that Brandon Johnson over in
The
Chicago
woke
removed.
Brandon Conson. Yeah, his new name, my mayor's new name is Brandon Conson, because he cons the people who live here, bro. He deceives with mendacious remarks. This dude, he equates the truth to hatred. He makes excuses for the goofy people. He is whack. He is weak, whack, and he is weak, whack. He is weak, whack, and woke. He's weak, whack, and woke. He is whack. BJ is weak, whack, and woke. BJ is weak, whack, and woke. He is weak, whack, and woke. He is weak, whack. He is weak, whack, and woke. He is weak, whack, and woke.
Police.
It's called Shot Spotter. It's the thing that Brandon Johnson over in Chicago removed.
Yep.
That
Stupid.
gives an alert and automatically pings
when people
over to the technicians, which then pings over to
commit
the police department to let you know that
offenses,
there's something that was happening.
shootings.
The technicians, which then pings over to the
They get
gives an alert and automatically pings over
when
to
people
the technicians, which then pings over to the
when people who break the law engage in shooting.
Now the monitors in the city area that listen for gunshots that would police.
It's called Shot Spotter. It's the thing that Brandon Johnson over in Chicago removed that gives an alert and automatically pings over to the technicians, which then pings over to the police department to let you know that there's something that was happening. Because Shot Spotter is something that New York City and both at some point Chicago was using, but again, Brandon Johnson removed Shot Spotter from
Stupid.
Chicago, which is the dumbest move ever. But it is,
Word.
and these are important parts and details that are now coming out. And he said it didn't set off any of the shot spotter. Why? Because there was suppressor on it.
Yep.
100% right.
The area immediately.
Too many things lined
So
up.
it just seems like the perfect storm.
Well, Philip, I mean, we don't have much time, sadly, but let me ask you, how many bodyguards should have been around him? What would that detail have looked like to secure his safety?
At least 2 or 3.
If he or his company had hired our firm, we would have had 10 agents around him at the minimum.
Really?
Deep,
And
deep,
that would have been,
strong.
That would have been an advanced team in front of the hotel, but we would have never.
The people in the detail have to be taller than the people they shield, because they are able to cover the people if a shooting takes place. They will be able to efficaciously cover the person. They are shielding from gunfire. They will be able to they will be able to efficaciously cover the people they are shielding from gunfire. Words.
We would have had 10 agents around him at the minimum.
Really?
And that would have been an advanced team in front of the hotel, but we would have never moved him like that. We would have moved him out of his hotel through the back entrance, put him in a small motorcade, brought him over to the back entrance of the other hotel. You know,
Judicious.
That's how we operate. We're
You're
not gonna
saying other
operate out there.
CEOs would have that, Philip? I mean, you're saying CEOs of companies, that would be something like a government official, they would have that level of detail.
Yeah, because he's fixing to give a speech in front of stockholders that are not being monitored and are not being checked. So I would make sure that on my team, if I was the detail leader, I would make sure that we would have had the room secure, number one, but number two, we would have brought him through a back entrance.
So those 10 detail agents are not just people that's
sensible-ish. Sensible-ish.
Secure, number one, but number two, we would have brought him through a back entrance.
So those 10 detail agents are not just people that's hovering around him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like an entourage.
Yeah.
Because you know how rappers and entertainers do, they just get their homeboys to just be out there with them.
Yeah.
Those 10 agents are people that's out proactively understanding the schedule and securing the places that he would go to make sure that it was safe.
Posting up.
Yeah, man, it's too much of the perfect storm to make sure that it was safe prior to him arriving. Yeah, man, it's too much of the perfect storm to just be a coincidence. I'm not an entourage, because you know how rappers and entertainers do, they just get their homeboys to just be out there with them. Those 10 agents are people that's out proactively understanding the schedule and securing the places that he would go to make sure that it was safe prior to him arriving. Yeah, man, it's too much of the perfect storm to just be a coincidence. I'm not going for it. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into Patreon, link is in the description. Also, teach Hanley 40% off your first order, 20.
Yeah. AD, he made sense, bro. This is fishy, bro. Let me know, man. Before I go, bro. This has to be made said. This dude, BT, before he got deleted, was accused of engaging in illegal insider trading. There is two forms of insider trading: legal and illegal. Legal is the selling or buying securities or stocks um, with public information. Public, you can't you have this info is disclosed to the public. This and uh, the people who engage in legal insider trading register with the SEC, which stands for Securities and Exchange Commissions. The Securities and Exchange Commission, the Securities and Exchange Commission. It is an independent regulatory agency of the federal gov. It oversees activity in the market. It protects investors from fraud and manipulative practices. This agency protects investors from fraud and manipulative practices. It ensures that the trade that everything is fair and straight. They permit the SEC permits investors to sue the people who have swindled or conned them. Words. Yeah, you have to register with the SEC and file reports of your trades. If you don't do this, you can receive penalty fines or get sentenced. You can do they said you can do 20 years in prison. That is not that is not good words. So you must do things that are in accordance with the law. If you do that, you won't receive negative consequences. You won't face negative consequences if you do what is in accordance with the law. The antithesis of legal is illegal. The people who engage in this form, they illegally sell stocks before the news is made public. It is the selling or buying of stocks before the bad news is disclosed to the public. They sell with material they sell stocks illegally with material non-public info. Uh, material info is info that a logical investor would deem important in choosing whether or not to sell a security or a stock. It is info that a logical investor would deem important in choosing whether to buy or sell a stock. Non-public is info that is not heard by the public. It is hidden. It is hidden and secret info. Yeah, this makes the trading illegal. They don't tell the public that a stock price drop happened or a failure took place. They don't divulge this info to the public. It is crazy, bro. This permits the this permits the refusal to the selling of stocks illegally with material non-public info, permits the traders to profit by avoiding the stock price drops. This is illegal and unethical. This illegal trading gives the insider traders an unfair advantage. This illegal way of trading, this illegal way of insider trading gives the traders an unfair advantage. It gives these people an unfair advantage. Crazy. It gives these people an unfair advantage. Yeah. Bro. It's craziness, bro. Craziness. Yeah, BT, he was BT he was not perfect. He was not an angel or a saint. Certain people perceive this dude to be a saint. They people close to him, they will say that because he had a certain relation to these people. It is understandable, but you gotta be real, bro. This dude was a dishonest and scrofulous person, bro. Like it is not aspersiveness. It is not aspersiveness or obloquy to say he was a dishonest and deceitful human being. It is not obloquy or aspersiveness to say he was a deceitful human being. Word. Yeah. There is proof to substantiate that he denied people's claims. There is proof to substantiate that he denied people's claims. There is proof to substantiate the claim that he denied people's claims. So, yeah. 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 Crazy, bro. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, man. This is super elongated, but all of this had to be said. Drop your remarks below. Drop the remarks below. Chat. Please chat. Please, please chat in a civil way. Gone. Peace.